Hi everyone, this is MovieBoyMeister here, and this is going to be what I got for Christmas of horrors for 2025. So yep, let's go ahead and start this whole entire thing here. So first is these little vinyl figures, Chucky and Tiffany right there. Look pretty cool. Got those for Christmas, and you're probably going to be asking, where did you get all these for Christmas? Some of these I got off eBay, Temu. Yes, even movies though, on eBay and Temu, and so on. So, yep, those are little vinyl figures. Look pretty cool, actually. Keep those in the box. Put those on the bed. Well, throw them on the bed because you know how it is. And I got other vinyl figures though too. Got the Pennywise one from the original and the It Chapter 2 Pennywise. Pretty cool though, huh? That's pretty cool though. Yeah, I love that. Alright, next is this thing right here is pretty neat right here. This is actually a salt and pepper shaker set of the Chucky and Tiffany right there. Look how cool that is. There's the back right there. Let's say a year on this. No, don't think there's a year on this, but it looks pretty cool though. I like that. That looks pretty neat. And the next thing here is this one's actually a bit similar to the salt and pepper shaker set. This is actually a Chucky / Michael Myers Halloween 2 candy case gift set. Actually, there's one side that has Chucky right there, other side that has Michael Myers right there, Halloween 2. There's the back right there. This actually looks pretty neat, actually. I should show both of these right here. Look at all that similarity. I think this box is actually wider. This one's a little bit taller. Pretty cool though. But I like that one. That one's pretty neat. Next one here is this is actually a Chucky robe. And that looked pretty neat. It's actually a little robe here. And I also got a Friday the 13th one though too. Put that on the bed. I got a Friday the 13th robe right here, which is right here. I'm going to try it on for you all. So, yep. See you all in just a second here. Alright, I'm back now, and here's what it looks like of my Friday the 13th robe. Actually keeps you good, and that'll keep you good and warm and all that. That's what it looks like, and I bet the Chucky one will be the same thing too. So, yep. I might wear this all around to the video. So, yep. Pretty cool though, huh? So next is this thing right here. This is actually a NECA Toonie Tears Letterface action figure. I say NECA makes some really good action figures, I'd say. Also got his chainsaw right there, and also got the cover of the back right there. Thought that looked pretty neat. So, yep. I also got the other Toonie Tears, which they're like way over there. I got Jason, Michael, and Pennywise. I gotta have Letterface. So, yep. Thought that looked pretty neat though. Gotta have all my horror icons right there. And next one up, this one's actually pretty neat too. This is actually a Kiss doormat. Look at that. How cool is that? It's actually a doormat. Kiss on there. I thought that looked pretty neat. I like that one. That right there. Alright. Next one here is the Three Stooges stickers. Put on your laptop or anything, really. These are just stickers. Three Stooges on there. Very good. Very good stuff. Probably wondering though, oh, and what are these SD cards for? Oh wait, this one's upside down. Wait, oh, this one's upside down. 256 gig SD cards. I'll explain why. Why do I have these in a minute? Because I'm gonna explain though in just a few minutes though when I get to the bag and the goodies down there. So next there is the well, I'll also include the SD cards on the list here, obviously not after the Three Stooges stickers. I got this two of these little Hot Wheels things here. I got the Dumb and Dumber one. I got the Beavis and Butthead one. This one's the Mutt Cuts van and the 77 Packin' Pacer. Beavis and Butthead edition. Pretty cool though, obviously. I like that. Thought that looked pretty neat. And also, yeah, some of these I got. Yeah, again, some of these I got at eBay, Temu, and Ross, which is actually a clothing store, if you're wondering. So, yep. I thought that looked pretty neat. Some little Hot Wheels right there. Next there is actually this is something pretty neat. I also got some Three Stooges socks though and t-shirts, which we go and do much later on. I got a Three Stooges hat right there, and it's made to be like that. It's actually looks like it's been like old and vintage and all that. It's supposed to be like that actually. It's made to be like that. So I'm gonna try it on for you all. So yeah, why not? Yep. That's my hair right there. Alright, trying this Three Stooges hat on, and oh, there. Voila! So I look like with that. Pretty cool, huh? That's my little Three Stooges hat and my chasing robe. So anyways, speaking of Three Stooges, there's a little baggie right there. I got a little Three Stooges something right here. Something Three Stooges related. Look at this. I got this little sign right here. This little Three Stooges says, "I'm going to pull your brains out." Pretty cool though, huh? This may look AI generated, but this actually looks kind of cool, actually. And I mean, though, Mo right there, he looks nothing like this from Mo. Like, that's Mo right there, but like using two Larrys though, with the same hairstyle, I don't know. But that looks pretty neat though. I like that Three Stooges sign. I like it. That looks pretty cool, even though it's AI. It kind of looks like AI generated, but you know, doesn't matter. I got me a little CD binder. Put your CDs or DVDs in. Pretty neat actually. This is actually the orange one. That's my favorite color, orange. So yeah, I like that one. Alright, so next one here, and by the way, and I got some socks in here too. There's a plenty of socks right here to go through. These are some chunky socks. It's actually shaped, it looks like it's shaped like a coffin. It's actually pretty cool. Actually, it looks like a coffin right there. There's the socks right there is what it looks like. Pretty cool, pretty cool. But I like that one. That was a good one. It's a good one right there. These nice little socks. I thought that looked pretty neat. Get 7 pairs of socks though, too. Also got more socks here. Let me see. Let me bring this bag up for a second here. I got some more socks in too to show you. There's Cheech and Chong socks. These are very thick socks right there. You can see that? Look at them. There's little things right there to keep us from slipping. Following on there, obviously, now. But here's one of the socks right here. There you go. Got a Friday 13th socks. It's pretty cool. Those right there. I got other ones too. I can get through here. Oh yeah. There we go. I also got t-shirts and all that. But we're going to mainly focus on the socks. So first, I'm going to get this out here. Well, trying to drop the bag. But there we go. I think I got it. Yeah, I think I got it. Okay. Alright, so there's the jigsaw socks. Pretty neat. Very neat looking socks. Has a Billy the Puppet on there from Saw. Gotta love that. Also got some Chucky socks right there. Pretty neat. Look pretty neat, obviously, now. Yeah, just go ahead and charge up my laptop here in case if it goes dead. I also got some kids socks though too. We're going to focus on the horror socks first. Got some Terrifier socks right there. Art the Clown right there. Looking very spiffy. Pretty cool though, huh? Yeah, I love those Terrifier socks. And we got some other Terrifier socks right here. There they are. Look at that. So how cool is that? That's pretty cool actually. I also got a Terrifier shirt, but that is my mama's shirt. I know my mama loves Terrifier. She loves Art the Clown that much. Loves those gory Terrifier films. So, yep. Get this out of the way here. Mainly focus on some socks. We got other Chucky socks right here. There's a little different ones right here. Very cool, very cool. We got these socks right here. Has Elvira on there. Very, very cool. You gotta love that. And we got more. Got more horror socks. Yep, we do. Got the horror icon socks, if I can get them out here. There we go. There they are. Look at all that. The horror icon socks. Got all of them on there. Very cool. Very, very cool. Yep. I got plenty of socks, I'm telling you. I got so much socks, I can even wear those almost every year. Well, yeah, every year, obviously, though. You get the idea. What else do I got here? Got some Three Stooges socks. Speaking of Three Stooges, there they are. Look at that, Three Stooges socks. How cool is that? You gotta love that. Three Stooges socks. That's just too cool. Alright, what else we have here? And not only that we have Three Stooges socks, I got some Kiss socks. Because I'm a big Kiss fan, obviously. Looks pretty cool. I got I got different pairs of Kiss socks though too. Here's the other Kiss socks. Very neat. Yeah, obviously I'm always a big Kiss fan. Obviously, Kiss has been my favorite band ever since. Ever since though when I was little though. And there's these Kiss socks, which I pretty much already do have. But there they are anyway. This would be good for backup. Backup socks. Same for the Born Holios. Get this out here. There it is. Cornholio socks. Gotta love that. And not only that, we got more Kiss socks right here. Look at that. Kiss socks. I also got some Kiss t-shirts, obviously. I think it was one of them, I think it is. Which we'll get to much later on. There's some little Exorcist socks. Gotta like that. Very neat. Very neat, very neat. And these other socks right here. Looks pretty cool. I pretty much have every single sock that I can even wear. Obviously, no. Alright, look at that, all the socks. Let me make sure before we continue on. Let me make sure that's all the socks here. Cause, you know, we gotta continue on with the little t-shirts and all that. I think that is probably all the socks, but anyways. Next one up is these little Friday the 13th pajamas. Looks pretty neat. And oh yeah, and by the way, these Sundays I got at Walmart though too. So it's like Walmart, Ross, Temu, and eBay. Here's the Chucky pajamas. Look pretty cool. That look pretty neat. So, and by the way, this actually matches my robe though too. Same for the Chucky one, obviously. This will match my Chucky robe. Look pretty neat. Anyways, let's see, get into these. Now we'll get into. Let's start with the t-shirts now. First t-shirt is horror icons right there. Look at all that. How cool is that? Gotta love that. Thought that looked pretty neat. Next up, got like this t-shirt right there. Pumpkin t-shirt. And speaking of the Kiss shirt right here, I have it right here. There it is. Alive 2 shirt. Pretty cool though, actually. I like that one. So what else we got here? I got more t-shirts in here. I don't know. Yes, I do. I got this Three Stooges t-shirt right there. Knucklehead Garage. Well, fix it or break it tried. 24-hour service since 1930. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And I think that's all the t-shirts. I think. Yeah, I think that might be all the t-shirts. Then I get into this horror hoodie right here. It actually looks pretty cool. There it is. I don't know if you see it. There it is right there. It's actually a hoodie. Just the back of it right there. It's pretty neat. Very cool, very cool. The next one there is actually a little custom made towels right there. Has my parents' names on there. My dad and my mom's names on there. Pretty cool. And got my name in there with 05. Gotta love that. Pretty cool though, huh? And next here is, this one I actually moved this out of the way. This is actually a little headband. I'm gonna try this on for you all again. Yep. There's me without my hat on again though. Oh, this one's upside down. Oops. Upside down. Oh, silly me. There we go. It's actually a little headband to keep the sweat off you. Looks pretty cool though. Yeah, I love that though. You're going outside when it's summer outside. Put this on and I'm telling you, it won't be so. The sweat won't get on you. It's actually pretty good, useful actually. But I thought that looked pretty cool. It has a Tiffany and Chucky on there. Thought that looked pretty neat. Put on my Three Stooges hat. That looked pretty cool with it. But pretty cool, pretty cool. And next up, we got these two little dudes right here. These are actually, hold on. Moved out of the way here. We got these little two dudes right here. Gnomes! Christmas gnomes. Pretty cool though, actually. I like that. I also got little Halloween gnomes though too. But let's see. I'm gonna move these out of the way here. I'll see you all in just a second here. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back now, and oh yeah, I also forgot to show these socks off too. These little Trick or Treat 2007 socks. Sam on there. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, that was the only one I forgot to show here. So, I think that's it in this bag right there. Go ahead and show these things right here. They're all in this little bag you gotta put in there. So we're gonna start off with the Beavis and Butthead wallet. Put this down so I don't have to, you know, carry this. Or actually, hold on. Put this right there for now. Hopefully it doesn't fall over. Anyways, here's a little Beavis and Butthead wallet. It's actually in this very nice little case. Look at that. There it is. It's actually what it looks like. It's actually a little wallet. Pretty cool, huh? Nice little Beavis and Butthead wallet. Because, you know, I'm always a big fan of Beavis and Butthead, obviously. Still a big fan of that show. I love that show. I also got some pins and buttons. I'm going to take them all out. Let's see if I can try to get this here. Let's see. Get all these buttons out here. Just taking my time for this. Showing you all what I got. Taking my time here. Take these knives out there too. Got more pins. Move my mouse out of the way. And most of these are kiss pins, but I got a couple of these. Got a couple. They're actually buttons, not pins. Really me. I want to explain what this here is for a minute since I showed the SD cards earlier. And it's all in the bag. Well, let's show the pins though first. 3 of these are Beavis and Butthead ones here. Here's one has a Beavis on there with Cornholio. Here's one that has a Beavis and Butthead on there. And here's one. Let me see if I can take this out so I'll show you this. Here's one of Beavis and Butthead right there. Actually says dumbasses. Pretty cool though, huh? That's what it says right there. Got Beavis has a, what was it, Skeletor from Masters of the Universe, and a Butthead as a, forgot that character's name, but yeah, thought that looked pretty cool. Might show you the other ones though too. A little bit better. Let's see here. Show this one a little bit better here. There it is right there. Beavis and Butthead right there. Very neat. And show Mr. Cornholio right here. There he is. I need TP for my bunghole. Oh, that's funny. Good stuff. I also got this kiss pin right here, which I did have before. But one of the pins here, something like this one, actually got lost. I do plan to get these little pin back holders though, like locks in place and keeps them secure. There it is right there. I also got a Kiss backpack though too, which I'll show. So also. Which I'll show that after. I actually go ahead and show the buttons though first, because we got a lot of these. First up here is these 2 buttons right here. These little 2 kiss ones right there. Look pretty much the same. Pretty cool though, actually. I got this kiss pin right, or not pin, button right there. Very nice. This one here says 1976, Destroyer era. We got this kiss pin right here. Very cool. Got the rock and roll over one right there. And the Creatures of the Night one right there, which looks pretty neat. Now I got a couple of the other ones here. Got the Ozzy Osbourne pin or button, Blizzard of Oz, and the Pink Floyd The Wall pin. Looks very neat. I like that. So yeah, let me move these out of the way so I can go ahead and show the knives. So, and both of these are, and the same ones in this little white case, by the way. I'll show this one right here. There's the first one. Looks very, very neat. Look at that. How cool is that? And that looked pretty cool. And I'll show the other one though too. For you all there. There it is. One says boss on there. Look at that. How cool is that? So say if my see, for an example, this knife right here, though, breaks or something like that. I got either this knife or the other one, actually. So, yep, let's see if I can get my knife back in there. That one looks pretty cool. I like that. I like it quite a bit, so yep. Now, move these bags out of the way. I'm gonna show the movies here much later, in the CDs and Blu-rays and my phone here. Yes, I did get a phone though too. But right now you're probably wondering, what do you got these SD cards for? Well, I'm going to show you what are they actually for. One of them's for my new phone, which you'll be seeing much later on to the video. And one of them is actually for this little thing right here that goes for your PlayStation Portable, or the PSP. I'm going to show you what it looks like. There it is right there. It's actually a little adapter. Put your SD card in. Say you want to like put your, this is a 256 gig, by the way. Put your SD card into this, in your PSP. That'll look pretty cool, though. Yep, that's what it looks like right there. And it's for your PlayStation Portable. Or the PSP, whatever you want to call it. I have my PSP, though, 3000 and my 2000, which is over there. Which, I have those. Yeah, my PSP 3000, my PSP 2000. There, so. A little hair on the laptop thing. So, alright, let's go ahead and show these neon. I'm going to show this right here. This one's actually pretty cool. I'm going to show the backpack after I show the neon lights. So, yep. So, this big thing right there is actually a neon light. But not just any neon light. It's actually something pretty cool. It's off of a horror movie. And this also comes with it's a little hang-up thing though too, like chains. All that. This is actually a Bates Motel sign. It's actually pretty cool. Look at that. Bates Motel, no vacancy. I'll actually show you what that actually looks like. So, I'll see you all in just a second here. Can't do this all in one hand or something like that. I'll see you all in just a second right here. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Alright, I'm back now, and it's going to be dark here, but y'all ready for this? Look at this here. And, probably a little warning here, if that light's bright enough, like, maybe if you're sensitive to any of these lights, then don't watch this video, but not unless if you want to get, like, a seizure or whatever. I'm just, well, it's not really like a flickering light or nothing, but kind of like a, sort of a brightness warning, so here it goes. Look at that! How cool is that? This actually lights up. Actually pretty cool. Actually turn this, dim it, and make it bright. So I thought that looks pretty cool. I'm gonna put this back now, and I'll see you in just a second here. Alright, I'm back now, and got the backpack right here. It's a Kiss backpack, actually. It looks pretty cool. This is actually kind of a mix between the Unmasked album and the Love Gun album. Pretty cool, actually. And there's also a pencil holder and a lunchbox in here, too. I'll show you. There's the lunchbox right there. Pretty neat. The pencil holder right there. It also looks pretty cool. Alright. Get this back in here, we can continue. There we go. Kind of hard to get this backpack zipped up here, but anyways, let's continue this here. Alright. Now, if you probably remember in my videos, I think this was from 2023 or 2024, I think it was. I did have a horror clock, though, back in 2023, something like that. Somewhere around there, but I got me a better one. This is actually the same one. I'm gonna show you. I'll show you here in just a second. Here, looks like a pizza box. You gotta move out of the way here. I'll knock over things. And this also comes with a remote. Yeah, there it is, remote right there. And this is the same clock here, but this time it's actually a much better one. Alright, let me see what I can do this. Box here closed, there we go. This is the same old clock right here. Actually, this is the same one, but this time it's actually probably wondering why is there like a plug-in for this? It actually lights up. Well, I thought that looks pretty neat, so yep. And it does take batteries, but you know that's fine. But I like that one. Pretty neat looking clock. Alright. See you all in just a second. Let me put this back in there. Be right back. Alright, I'm back now. I got this clock in the box right here. Not going to show it in this video, but it obviously lights up. It's the same thing as the Bates Motel sign that actually lights up. The USB cable and all that, so yep. I thought that looked pretty neat though. Much better than my other one though, that's for sure. Alright, get this big thing right here. This is actually a table to actually put on your bed. Yes, no joke. You can actually put this on your bed. Like, say if you don't want your plate falling off and all that. Take these little things right here, put those out, put them out here, set it on, like, set it onto your bed, and look at that. Got yourself a table right there. You can also put your drink right there, and all that. You also put your laptop right there. This has a little thing for the laptop. So yeah, I thought that looked pretty cool. I like that. So yeah, I thought that looked pretty neat. So I like that though, pretty much. So what else we show right here? Yeah, alright, let's see here. I'm gonna move these out of the way here. My socks. Because we're gonna show my phone here. Here's my phone right here. This is my new phone. The Samsung Galaxy A15 5G. This one's actually a very nice phone. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. That's why you're probably wondering why I got the SD card for, because it's for my new phone, obviously. Says, yes, I did get me a new phone, and it's a very nice one. And it's a USB-C phone, too, by the way. Comes with a little start guide and the activation thing for track phone. Here it is right there. And there's my phone right there. This one's actually pretty huge. Has 3 cameras. Pretty cool, actually. I like that. Has triple camera. That's what it says on the thing right there. Triple camera. I like that. That looks pretty neat, actually. Let me get this back in the box here. Hopefully I don't have to pause the video. Which I shouldn't. But yeah, I'll use my phone after I do this video. Obviously, use my new phone and do some DVD review videos on this. See how this actually goes. So yep. That's my new track phone. It's pretty cool. Yeah, let's see. Put that right there, don't fall. And now we're going to go ahead and show my last things here I got for Christmas. Is my movies. And yes, I already showed the SD cards, by the way. And my robe and my Three Stooges hat and all that. Let's go ahead and show my movies off. So yeah, let's do this. Ones I got for Christmas here. First one here is a start off with a double feature here. Eddie and the Cruisers and Eddie and the Cruisers 2, Eddie Lives. Nice little double feature here from Shout Factory. They make some pretty good DVDs. I've heard rumors saying that they're going out of business for a Shout Factory. I've heard rumors about that. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but hopefully Shout Factory doesn't go out of business. They make some good DVDs. I'll start off the Blu-rays though, by the way. And there's the second Blu-ray right here. This is the Three Stooges triple feature set. This has the Three Stooges go around the world in a days. The Three Stooges meet Hercules, and the Outlaws is coming. This is actually volume 2 of this here, though, which is pretty cool. This is from Mill Creek. I know there's also volume 1 of this on Blu-ray, which has Rockin' in the Rockies, Have Rocket Will Travel, and Time Out for Rhythm. But this one's volume 2 right there. Now, these DVDs, I got Timu. Yes, you heard me right. And also CDs also, which I'll show those probably in 4 or 5 minutes or whatever. I'll show those in probably in a few minutes. I got those now these some of these movies I got off Timu. Yes, Timu actually sells DVDs, not only DVDs, but Blu-rays and CDs, vinyls, and a little bit of everything on Timu, which is kind of cool, even though Timu is a pretty sketchy site for like trying to scam you and all that. But you know, it is for what it is. And here's the Shocker, the collector's edition. This one's from Scream Factory. Very, very nice. Nice upgrade to my double feature, which has People Under the Stairs and Shocker. But nice upgrade to Blu-ray right there. I don't know if that got 4K, but at least I got it on Blu-ray for Shocker. Wes Craven film. Gotta love that. And then against the ones I got off eBay, and what couple of these 3 ones I got off Timu, and also 20 horror films one I got off Timu also. Let's continue. I got the theatrical edition of Reno 911 Miami, the movie. This is the theatrical version. I also got the unrated here, which, you know what? I'll actually show the unrated version of here. So, see you all in just a second right here. I'm going to show the unrated version of this movie, which I have. So, yep. I'll see you all in a second. Alright, I'm back now. So, yeah, here's I got the theatrical version of Reno 911 Miami. There's the unrated. I got the theatrical version of this off eBay. Well, at least my dad did, obviously, now. But, the unrated version might be different from the theatrical edition, but There's the backs right there. This one's a little bit different. And this one, the back of this one right there. This one's in a Blockbuster case, by the way, for an unrated version of Reno, the movie. And this one's in a double-sided disc. Got widescreen and full screen on there. Yeah, you can see right there. It has widescreen and full screen. I got this just because why not have widescreen and full screen on there, so that's why not. The unrated version is in widescreen. Pretty obvious, so yep. I thought that was pretty cool. Got the theatrical version of Reno. Pretty good comedy based off the TV show I have never watched yet. But I'd like to check it out sometime. So, yep. Might put that right there at least on top of my Chucky hat. So, anyways, continue on to the movies here. And this one right here, I got this off, I think it's eBay. The Three Stooges Festival. Now, pretty much my parents got these off eBay for me, obviously enough, so yeah. This is a sealed version of the Three Stooges Festival. I like to keep it sealed, but I like how it looks. And here's Three Stooges, Best of Three Stooges Volume 1. I think I remember the one time, though, my dad was going to get the Three Stooges Volumes 1 and 2 from this eBay seller, but they only sent Volume 1. Like, my dad got all mad. It's like, hey, where's Volume 2? I want my Volume 2 for my son here. He's a Three Stooges fan. I just put on that voice to be funny, because why not? I just put on that voice just to be funny, obviously. But my dad got all mad, obviously. And pretty much they were supposed to have Three Stooges Volumes 1 and 2, but they only sent Volume 1. But luckily they give my dad a refund and just let him keep the DVD, which is pretty good. Which I'll keep this for backup anyway, so this will be good for a backup copy. So, yep. Oh, I thought that was funny. So, anyways, continue on. Here's another Three Stooges DVD right here. This one's actually very sealed. This one's sealed for a slipcase version of this here. A skinny slipcase version of this. There's the back right there. Made in Taiwan. Isn't that pretty neat? And here's another Three Stooges DVD right here. This one's also sealed. This one's from Genius Products. You see the Genius Entertainment right there? That's from Genius Products. But this is a pretty nice DVD, I could say. The Three New Stooges right there. And speaking of another Three Stooges DVD, here's this one right here. There's the back right there. Same thing as the other one. That's my Three Stooges, Three Stooges DVDs. Also the Reno one though too, and the Blu-rays. So yeah. Anyways, next up, man, I got another Dimension Extreme title. Man, I bet this will be a pretty nasty movie right here. This will be a pretty violent one right here. I finally got this in my collection here, obviously. Inside. This is the French film one of Inside, yep. I wish I could have gotten this with the slipcover, but you know it is what it is. This is a French film too, by the way. And I'd say this movie it says one, now even though it says bloody disgusting, says one of the scariest movies I've ever seen in my life. Well, I'd say it's one of the goriest movies I've seen in my life, even though I have seen bits of this movie, and yeah. This movie is very violent, I tell you. Whew, very violent. I've seen the American remake to this that came out in 2018, I believe. For Inside, the American remake to the French film. But yeah, I'd say definitely check this one out. This is a pretty nasty movie right there. But very violent and very gory. And just very nasty though too. Whew. And there's the disc right there. Also the ad for other Dimension Extreme titles right there. I do love to get Broken, the unrated version of Broken. I have the theatrical cut of that movie, which is in my horror shelf. I showed back in 2023. But, yep. finally got this movie in my collection, and I believe, and I do know this DVD is obviously out of print now, so this one's kind of hard to find, but you can find it online easily for Inside. But this would be a pretty nasty movie right there. Like, but this would be a pretty gory movie right there. So yeah, I say definitely check this one out. This one also has English dub, so you don't have to read the subtitles or whatever. This one does have English dub, which is pretty good. So yep. But I'd love to check this one out sometime for Inside. Finally got this one in my collection. I think I remember mentioning this movie back in 2021 for Inside, which basically what the movie is though is you got this pregnant woman, and yeah, she's obviously pregnant though. Her husband is in the movie though, but not very long, obviously, which is pretty obvious. The husband actually gets into a car wreck into this movie, so. He's obviously in the movie, but not very long. Obviously, he gets into a car wreck. I remember, though, when my parents seen this DVD, like, my dad said, like, my mom was like, whoa, what is this here? Like, the gore fest? My dad said it was like, it's like Hostel, but worse. But I would kind of agree with my dad on there. It's kind of like Hostel, but worse, though. It's very violent movie, very, very nasty, and very bloody though too, very gory for Inside. So I'd love to check this one out. So if you have not seen this movie, definitely check it out. This is from the Dimension Extreme one right here. I say this movie's pretty extreme. Woo. Very nasty movie for Inside. But I'd love to check it out though. It is a French film though, but I tell you, ooh, if you want to watch this one though, definitely watch this one though for a good gory horror French film flicks. This is pretty nasty movie, and the unrated version is a lot more graphic, I tell you, than the theatrical cut. I do know there is a theatrical version of this as the Blockbuster case one, but yeah, mine's the unrated. The unrated is a lot more gorier than the original and a lot more graphic, I tell you. Woo. And a lot more nastier. So again, definitely check out Inside if you have not seen it. It's a pretty nasty movie. But, yeah. Definitely watch that if you like those French horror films. So, yep. Alright, anyways, next up is, we got a couple truck films right here. Killer Trucks. Duel. A Steven Spielberg film. And, yeah, this is, Fear is the Driving Force. Yep, there it is right there, Duel. I actually remember my parents actually watched this movie, and they said it was pretty good for Duel. Obviously enough, and I really love to check out Duel sometime. I'll have to check this movie out, though. This one I got off Temu, which I remember one time Walmart used to have, now, Walmart used to even have Duel for the $5 bin, but they did not have it, so luckily my parents got it off of Temu, I think it was. Yeah, Temu, T-E-M-U. If you know what I'm saying, like that site where you like buy stuff off Temu, and yeah, it's pretty sketchy, but you get the idea. They sell movies on there and all that, so yep. But I really want to check this movie out sometime. This is Steven Spielberg's very first movie he made, actually, from 1971. So yep, this is actually his first movie he made though for Steven Spielberg. Pretty cool, obviously. And the next one here is another killer truck film. Trucks. This is based on the short story by Stephen King. Ooh, that's pretty cool though. You turn, you die. This one I really like to check out sometime. I think I've seen a little bit of this movie and it looks pretty good. It's kind of like a remake to Maximum Overdrive, but not as good as Maximum Overdrive. Which I believe is from Stephen King also, for Maximum Overdrive. I'm not sure. So, yep. This one definitely, I definitely got this off Temu. Well, my parents got this off Temu for me for Christmas. So, yep. Pretty cool for trucks. I say this one's kind of a remake to, or is it sequel? Kind of like a sequel or remake to Maximum Overdrive, but Not as good as Maximum Overdrive, but I'll check this movie out sometime. But again, Maximum Overdrive is a pretty good movie. It has songs from AC/DC though too, which is cool. For Maximum Overdrive. Anyways, continue on here with the other ones. You got the Munsters here. I also got the TV series of the Munsters though too. What just happened right here? Oh no! The case here got a little broke here. Oh, that's not good. Was it broke? Yeah, I think it was broke. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Luckily, I got other cases here to replace this in there. So, yep. I also got the Munsters TV series though too. This is the movie version of the Munsters, that's from Rob Zombie, obviously enough. This is actually a direct-to-video film too, obviously, which is pretty obvious. There's the back right there. So yep, there's the Munsters 2022 version, is it? Yeah, 2022. So yep. So I've never seen this one though, but I might check it out sometime. The next one here, these are actually multi-packs. Let me actually go ahead and this is this one right here. I'm gonna show this in just a second here. Put these here. Let me move these out of the way here first. Here. Everything's falling. Oh no, that's not good. Hold on. Hold on a second here. See you all just a second. Everything's about to fall here. Alright, I'm back now. Sorry about that, folks. I had to move some stuff here because everything was falling. But anyways, let's continue on with the multi-packs. Let me see if I can put these CDs here. Let me put these right there. Don't fall over, please. I gotta go to the multi-packs. Alright, where are we now? Okay, yeah, we're on this one now. This one, let me hold on a second here. Let me put these right here. There we go. Alright, here it is right here, the greatest horror classics of all time. This one's actually in this rare jewel case, which is pretty cool. And on the back, it has my dad's my address on there, which I'm not going to show it. Obviously enough, there's the back right there. It has the eBay receipt right there. I kind of want to do an unboxing video of this right there, because I kind of want to take this off, this little eBay receipt off. Yeah, I'm not showing the address due to safety reasons right here. But there's the back right there. You don't need to see my address now. That's from Rhino's Relics. So, yep. There's the first one right there. Also includes a free CD, though, also. Ah! Everything's falling! I'll get to this here right quick and I'll pick these up. This also includes a free CD of Scary Sounds of the Night, which is pretty cool. So, yep. Oh, everything's fall over. Oh no. Alright, there we go. Okay. Okay. Whew, man. Alright, get these, put these CDs right there, don't fall. Alright, we showed this one right here. Get comfortable here. Yeah, we showed this one right here. I might do an unboxing video of this, since I might have to take off the eBay receipt. So, yep. Alright, let's continue here. And next one right here is the Strange Things 11 movie collection. This one has a Pulse, the Columbia Pictures version. That's from 1988. What is that one? Space Hunter Adventures of the Forbidden Zone, 1983. And Krull is from 1983 also. 3 of these are Columbia Pictures films. This also has My Mom's a Werewolf, The Harris Lurkers, Slipstream, Mutant Warriors of the Wasteland, Alien Communication, Contamination, however you say it, and Internal Evil. So, yep. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And this is a 3-disc set, so disc 1, disc 2, and disc 3. Very cool, very cool. The next one here, I got this off Temu. Oh, and by the way, these two right here, let's see if I can get these there better. These 2 right here, got off eBay, by the way, and same for the other 2, which you'll be seeing just in a couple of minutes, actually. This one here I got off Temu here. This is the 20 horror film collection. This has a lot of good ones on here. This one got Hollow Man 1 and 2, The Hunt for the BTK Killer, The Tattooist, Hostel Part 2, Anatomy 2, Anaconda, Blackwater, Redwater. It's kind of like you take Blackwater and Redwater. It's like, I don't know how you make that, like, I don't know. Black and red, I guess? I don't know. Black, white, and red? I don't know. Alright, anyways. She Creature, The Breed, not to be confused with the one with the killer dogs. This is the vampire one of The Breed. The Cave, The Forsaken, Vampires Are Turning, Bats Human Harvest. I got the first one. I have the first Bats film in the horror shelf. This is the sequel, the Sci-Fi Channel sequel. Bats Human Harvest, Fatal Contract, Bird Flu in America, Vegas, a TV movie. Caw, or I say, yeah, Caw. There's a Killer Ravens movie and a Nightwing. So, yep. Pretty cool 20 horror films here. You got a lot of good ones on here. Very, very good. And next up, I'm going to show these other two multi-packs. Here's another 20 horror film set right here. This is it's like a box set version right there. 20 movies. This one you get Shaded Places, Cool World, Inside, not the French film, it's a different type of movie. Prom Night, Trancers, White Zombie, the Bela Lugosi in that movie, 1932. The Nurse, Awaken the Dead, Grave Mistake, King of the Zombies, Teenage Zombies, Night Shadow, The Ginger Dead Man 3, Saturday Night Cleaver, be a good one. Howling for the original Nightmare, Puppet Master, which is odd to put that on there, like, got a couple of full moons. Puppet Master on there. Curtains, right there. In the Dead of Winter, Keepsake, which that's obviously my favorite one right there. That's a good one. I like that movie, Keepsake. That's a good one, though. Wages of Sin and Hell's Highway, which is from Braden Damage Films. There's the back right there. All these 20 horror films. There's the first one here. It's the back. And see if I can get this out here. There we go. There are the 2 discs right there. And the second one right here. There's the back right there. And the discs. I thought that was pretty cool. So, yep, got 20 horror films on a one box set. Pretty cool, huh? And my last one here, my last DVD I got, is this 25 movie collection, Monsters Attack. This one has Anaconda, The Cave, She Creature, The Day the World Ended, and actually The Day the World Ended is actually another HBO Creature Feature remix. So you got She-Creature and The Day the World Ended. And also my favorite movie on here, Dragon Wars. Gotta love that. Easily my favorite movie off this set right here. Actually another box set. I know I can easily get both of these individually. So yep. Or I might just do an unboxing video of this. I'll see what I can do, obviously enough. So yep. There's the back right there. Anaconda, She-Creature, The Day the World Ended, The Cave, and Dragon Wars. My favorite movie from 2007 right there. Also has some other movies though too, like Attack of the Giant Leeches, The Beast of Beulah Flats, Blood Tide, Creature from the Haunted Sea, Iga, Furry the Wolfman, The Galaxy Invader, Gamera the Invincible, The Giant Gila Monster, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Little Shop of Horrors, Moon of the Wolf, Night Fright, Night of the Living Dead, which is actually pretty cool to add that on there, the George Romero one. Nosferatu, same with Nosferatu, 1922. Phantom of the Opera, 1925. Rattler, Snake People, The Snake Woman, and The Snow Beast. How cool is that? Also from Milk Creek. So, yep. Very neat. I might keep this sealed. I might do an unboxing video of it. I'm not sure yet. But we'll see how it goes. Because I can get both these individually in the single releases. But, that's my movies right here. And, go ahead and, show the CDs. And, one of them was my dad's CD. And 3 of these are mine, obviously. So, yep. Here's the first one here, the Ozzy Osbourne, The Blizzard of Oz. Very, very good. Might keep that one sealed, actually. Because I already got this with the slipcover. And 2 of these are Black Sabbath ones here. There's their self-titled album here, Black Sabbath, 1970. Very good. And Black Sabbath Sabotage, which is also very good too. And we've got another Ozzy Osbourne CD here. This one's my dad's CD. Speak of the Devil. I think this is actually a live album. 2 records on 1 compact disc. Speak of the Devil here. There it is right there. It actually has some artwork right there. Let's show here. Digital remaster here. There it is. It actually has a snake right there. Yeah, really good stuff. I think this also has a booklet. Let me see if I can take this out and show you here. If the movies don't fall over, please. That's what it looks like right there. Ozzy on there. And here it is, the original cover for it. Speak of the Devil right there. And Ozzy right there. That's a pretty cool looking picture right there. Ozzy right there again. And little things. They were talking about the album and the song list and the Ozzy merchandise, which this might be valuable now since Ozzy Osbourne passed away July of this year. So yeah, that's really sad. He was 76 when he passed away though, and his real name though, and to anyone wondering, if you're obviously an Ozzy Osbourne fan, his real name was John. Yes, I'm not joking. Ozzy Osbourne's real name was John, actually. Thought give you a little piece of information right there, so yep. Thought that was a little pretty cool piece of information right there, so yep. Well, anyways, that's it for this video, and I'll see you all later on MovieBoyMeister's channel. Make sure I didn't forget anything else. No, don't think I did. Well, anyways, that's it for this video, and I'll see you all later on MovieBoyMeister's channel. And I hope you all had a good Christmas and happy holidays and all that. So, yep. I'll see you all later. Bye bye. See y'all later.